Yeah, whatever. Hey, I was going to do this video on these two, I was going to call them extreme budget socket sets, but I just checked prices on this set, this Stanley 3/8 long set. 10 through 19 all inclusive. Really good set. Anyway, long story short, it was up to like $18.74 for the set. So the good news about Amazon prices is when they go up like that, then they come down sometimes. I think I paid 12 or 13 bucks for this set, which is a good deal for what it is. 10-piece set, 10 through 19 all inclusive. I'll leave links for it down in the description. Amazon links if you shop through those. Doesn't cost you anything extra, it gives me a little bit of money. The set I really want to feature is this Quinn set from Harbor Freight. I think with a coupon, and I will leave a link down there for hfqpdb.com, Harbor Freight Coupon Database.com. And I want to say I paid $5.99. So I'll show you some of the differences, do a little comparison here. Stay tuned. Okay, so first things first. This is not a apples to apples comparison because these sets are not exactly the same. And this is probably the biggest drawback to buying this Quinn set from Harbor Freight. They skip 18 millimeter. I don't know what it is with these sets that are usually of Asian manufacture. This set from Quinn is made in Taiwan. I don't know what it was that made them decide that 18 millimeter would be like the redheaded stepchild. I've seen this in numerous sets, almost always of either Chinese or Asian manufacture, where they skip 18. So here they give you 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. They skip 18, they go to 19, and then they give you 21. So I guess in a certain sense, they're basically giving you 21 instead of 18. I wish they wouldn't do that. I wish they would just make it a 10 through 19 set. It's nice to have 21, don't get me wrong. That's something you use on Asian cars. I'm kind of thinking maybe that's the reason for them doing that, because on Asian cars it's usually 8, 10, 12, 14, 17, 19, and then the next step up is to 21. I could be wrong on that. If you have some insider information on that, let me know in the comment section. But I don't want to bury the lead here. I like the Quinn set more for the price. Like I said, I paid I think $5.99 with a coupon for this set. Even if it was a couple more dollars than that, even if it was $7.99, or maybe the regular price is a little over 10 bucks for this set. Compare that to the current Amazon price of $18.74 for the Stanley set, which is made in China. You go with the cheaper one. Now, here's the other thing. I'll demonstrate this with the 10 millimeter sockets first, because I actually have another video. If I think I'll roll it out up here. But these Stanleys, they have actually like 3 different lengths in this set. They have the, what is it, the 10, 11, 12, and 13 are all kind of almost like a mid-length, and then they step up a little bit for the 14 millimeter, and then up again for the 15, the 16, and then step up again for the 17 and 18 and 19. So actually they got 4 different lengths in this set, but I'll give you a comparison. All the Quinn sockets are the same length as each other. So there's 10 millimeter. I don't know if that makes a difference to you or not. I guess if I was in a situation where this 10 millimeter wouldn't work, if it wasn't deep enough, I probably would just grab a wrench, because I would have a wrench with me anyway. So I wouldn't care too much, but you might care. You might want a deeper socket like this from Quinn, or maybe you would prefer more like the mid-length style in the deep socket from Stanley. Personal preference. The broach on both of these sets is the deeper broach. Neither one of these is shallower broach. Say right off the bat, you look at the size there, the stamp on the Quinn socket. Number one, they got the blue line there, which indicates metric. And then they've got the 10, which is very big, very easy to read. I think that's probably the biggest drawback to these Stanley sockets. You look there on the, it's a little bit harder to read. In fact, it's not a little bit harder to read. It's a lot harder to read. You really have to look for the size on it. Again, may not matter to you, but I think the Quinn takes it. It's just easier to read. It's only stamped on there one side, but it's nice and big and bold, easy to read. There's the difference. It's what? It's about 3/16 of an inch longer for the Quinn. The chrome on both of these, this is another drawback to the Stanley potentially, especially if you live in the Rust Belt. The inside of the sockets is not chromed to the level on the Stanleys that it is with the Quinn. So like I use this, I think I use the 13, the 14, and the 15 on the Quinn over the last several months. If you look like on this 19 for the Stanley, you see some rust in there, and I try to clean my stuff and take care of it. I'm not an everyday user of these tools, but I try to take care of my stuff. I want it to last a long time, and I've had this Stanley set now for a couple of years, and I have noticed that this was pointed out to me by a friend. They said, well, you know, the chrome on the outside of the Stanleys is good, but they're not really chromed on the inside. So if we're just doing an apples to apples comparison on the chrome, by virtue of the fact that they are more chromed on the inside, you'd have to give the edge to the Quinn from Harbor Freight. All in all, I don't think, even if you paid $19 for this set from Stanley, I don't think you're overpaying necessarily, but it's not nearly so good as a deal as the Quinn set from Harbor Freight. As a lot of you guys know who watch these videos, my videos and other people's videos, Harbor Freight basically is just doing a lot of rebranding. Not rebranding of other companies per se, but they're reintroducing some of their tools under different names. And I don't know if I could say that in this instance, because the Pittsburgh Professional sockets, in my view, were pretty good, and they still do have those. They have Pittsburgh Pro. Quinn is just kind of the latest iteration. Their sockets are all made in Taiwan, and they're good. And for the price, I mean, that's hard to beat. The only way I wouldn't do this is if I just had way more sockets than, you know, I could justify getting. Maybe then it wouldn't be worth it to you. But for the price I paid, I want to say I paid $5.99. In actuality, the more I'm thinking about it, it may have been $7.99. $5.99 might have been one of the prices on the shallow sets. And obviously this is a deep set. So Quinn from Harbor Freight, what's the part number here? 64216. 64216. You see there, you see the sizes. A lot of times Harbor Freight's just better to shop at than even online. If you don't have a Harbor Freight anywhere near you, obviously it's going to be easier for you to shop through Amazon. And the Stanley set, especially if they go down to around 10 bucks, that can be a really good option. You may not need quarter-inch drive. You may not need something as small as an 8mm in a deep set. Stanley's a good option. Warranty, lifetime warranty on the Quinn sockets from Harbor Freight. Very easy to do. Stanley, also a lifetime warranty. Not quite as easy to do because you actually have to call Stanley and they will send you out a replacement. I've actually done that on one of the sockets I had, and it was easy to do. They took care of me. So they will honor their lifetime warranty. But if you're looking to visit a brick and mortar store and have them warranty it, very few places are easier to deal with than Harbor Freight. Again, I'd probably go with the Quinn from Harbor Freight. Very good set. Both sets are good sets. That is it for this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, ta-ta for now.